But what about that feeling where it seems like the room is spinning around you? Well, that's actually not down to what's going on in the brain, but what's happening inside your inner ear. Inside your ear, you have 3 fluid-filled tubes, and when you move, the fluid in these tubes sloshes around and it knocks into hair cells, which are sticking kind of into the tube, and that sends signals to your brain telling you that you're moving. And these 3 tubes are at 90 degrees to each other, so you can tell which direction you're moving in by which hair cells are activated. If you've ever spun round and round and round until you've got dizzy, you might have noticed that feeling that when you stop, it seems like either you're still moving or the world's moving around you. Now, what's happened here is that you've set the fluid in those tubes spinning, and because that fluid has momentum, when you stop, the fluid continues moving, continuing to send signals to your brain, so your brain thinks you're still moving when you've stopped. And something a little bit related is actually happening when you drink too much alcohol. Now, these hair cells are stuck to a kind of mass of jelly, and that mass is called the cupula. When we drink, alcohol actually finds its way into our inner ear and builds up in there. But it builds up faster in that gelatinous mass than in the liquid itself. And because alcohol is less dense than water, that means that the cupula starts to float. Now, when the cupula is floating, it suddenly becomes sensitive to gravity. So when you lie down, the cupula moves as it tries to float in the liquid, bending those hair cells and sending signals to your brain, telling your brain that you're still moving, even though you're not. And that's what creates this sensation that the world is spinning, which often only happens when you lie down after a heavy night. So there you have it, the neuroscience of what's going on when you drink alcohol. Hopefully next time you're leaving the pub and you notice the ground lurching worryingly underneath you, at least you'll know what's going on in your brain and body. Now let's just hope you can remember how to get home.